And welcome back. If you're joining us for part 3, we just found the orc villages, or at least the little huts that the orc tunnels are under. So we're going to go start venturing those today. If you were with us for the previous sections, we did level up and we put a couple of skill points into Wizard's Eye. Now this is going to help us detect any hidden passages or treasures and be able to help with that. We also put it in Unlock. Now it's just there, we went ahead and casted it, and that actually lowers the lockpicking attempt for the door. So we were able to unlock that. And this is a fairly elaborate little tunnel here. There's our first little treasure. Decent bit of armor. Okay. And what we're looking for are the Orc Warlords. Now, the quest that TNT gave us actually stated that the Warlords wore blood-red robes, and that these little guys that are in the gray are actually going to be shamans. So I apologize, Orc Mage. And so they're going to actually be a little bit tougher. I don't think we're going to have much of an issue with them now. Looks like he's just throwing a magic missile at us. And he went down pretty quick. And there's our next level. Alright. Let's go ahead and jump on that one. Now our rangers get a little bit of resist boost. That's going to be nice. 2 talent points. Our rogue has 2 more talent points for a total of 4 this round. Looks like everybody's going to get some talent points today. Our mage. That's a large boost of mana. The bonus mana actually was higher than the regular mana here. So, and cleric. Damage to undead. So every couple levels we're going to get a bonus to damage of undead, and that's going to help when we go make our attempt at that wizard again. And since we do have some skill points, I'm going to go ahead and spin those a little bit. I'm not actually going to increase our perception, not our perception, but the Wizard's Eye. If I have the right character here, mage. I'm going to go ahead and get that to level 2 here. And you see that increases up to spell level 2. So we're going to have a little bit better chance of finding secret passages and treasures. And everybody else, I'm going to leave their talent points alone for right now until we get back into town and use a trainer. And 2 orcs. They are jumping fairly quickly. If you notice, guys, I did switch my ranger up a little bit. I actually put a unidentified longbow that I found off that first orc party that we fought at the end of the last section. So I went ahead and threw that on him to treat him as a little bit of a range fighter. That way we're not spreading my heals out with my cleric too far. So it's hopefully only him casting heals on our fighter, who's going to be our tank. Let's see, for auto combat, that's really quick. Now our spellcasters have dropped their mana, so they're not casting spells any longer. So let's see if we can go ahead and rest without being jumped here. Now when resting in dangerous places like this, if you have a high enough perception, you won't get sneaked up on by monsters, because you can, while resting like this, have a monster approach you and initiate an encounter. Now if your perception was high enough, it will do what it just did. It didn't quite refill my mana for my druid, because it says you hear monsters nearby, or enemies nearby. So that's a good thing. It allows us not to have a encounter if we don't want to. Now, we've been facing the orcs for a couple of battles now, and their weakness, they're weak against fire and weak against magic. So, I have our druid set on lightning. Let's turn him to hotspot since he's about the same proficiency on it. And let's keep our mage at magic missile. And so hotspot actually drops a little burnt section on the floor there. That's kind of a nice effect here. If you notice, lightning was doing in the teens, and hotspot for them was doing in the 20s. Looked like had a low 30 hit on there, so that's going to be nice. Be able to get these orcs out. If you notice, our wizard giant dropped off, so let's go ahead and put that back up. Whenever that drops off, I'm going to go ahead and add that back on, so we're leveling up as we're going and we have it active. We got one at the end here. And you notice we got a couple of unknown attributes for the orc warriors. We don't know their weakness. They are strong with melee damage. And if you put points into training magic lore, no, I apologize, not magic lore, but animal lore or monster lore, it will actually fill those out so you can change your tactics based on your enemy's weakness. And in later battles, when we start getting into tougher battles, we want to know those weaknesses and how to exploit them. So that orc does see us, so let's go ahead and back up a little bit, see if we can recoup a little bit of the mana before we take him on. So having our spellcasters topped off with mana makes the battle just that much easier. That should be enough to take these guys down a little bit. Now there are about a half dozen of these little tunnels over on the western forest, and so it may take just a little bit to actually find them. We might have to explore a little bit. And if you notice with the auto tactics, our fighter came off of auto because his health dipped low. That's pretty good, and we're able to go ahead and maneuver around. You see he's got the aggro of the orcs here, so we're able to run around while our two archers and our casters are able to tag them a little bit. And some monsters, you're not going to want to face right offhand and go toe-to-toe with them. You want to implement this tactic, have them chase your melee. Now he got off aggro, I got a little bit too far ahead of him, but we're still able to take him down. Now that tactic's actually really good for single enemies or one or two enemies, but when you got an entire crowd, such as the wizard where you summon all the undead skeletons and surrounding you, it's not that easy to aggro all of them and have them walk around. So you still want to focus on being a tough tank and have somebody absorb all of that damage if possible. Nice little mace. Just go ahead and take that. Alright. So far we're getting some decent treasure. Now that's going to be a pretty good shield. We got a shield that we inherited already, but let's go ahead and compare those, see if we can switch over. See, our current shield's already better, so we'll just keep that in mind. Same way with that. This will be the exact same. Now that's unidentified, so we can't take a look at it, but let's go ahead and just take it. Oh, Ran into quite a few of those. It's like we're going to have 4 different encounters back to back real quick. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Doing a fair bit of damage to these orcs. They're going down pretty quick. Decent bit of section here. Let's go ahead and mark one of these guys, see if we can get him out quicker. There you go. Alright, now the little orc, he's a die, but he wasn't wanting to aggro. He went running for the rogue, but he still died. Well, our fighter's back up to health. Let's put him back on auto here. Getting a fair amount of gold and quite a few items per battle, so we're going to come out with quite the full pockets when we get back to town here. Alright, now when you are flanked like that, I had 3 of them around me, your evade and your armor actually dip quite a bit. Notice the fighter almost died there. So you want to try to avoid getting into instances like that, being surrounded. So you want to keep an eye on the battle, even if you're running in auto tactics. And if you have to, take over. This might take a little bit. Looks like we got another orc caster up there. After this little conflict, I'm going to back out a little bit so he doesn't bum rush us, and I'm going to rest and get back the mana and save. In lengthy dungeons like this, it's best to save often. See, now he's aggroed us. And so he's going to be chasing us. So let's go ahead and have a little save spot here in case this encounter goes a little wrong. Looks like we may have lost him. Nope. He's still on us. All we want to do is rest. There we go. That's going to be out of sight. He's a fair distance away, so it'll let us rest a little bit. Now there is a possibility that he's out there wandering around. He might come into here and, you know, get us off our rest, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. When in doubt, always save. Now let's go take him. Let's go ahead and mark the orc mage. Now the rogue and the ranger that have come up to where they can actually shoot them, we should be able to tank with the fighter fairly easy. There we go. Sometimes marking the enemy with so your range fighters and your mages can actually take care of them is a good thing. Let's go ahead and take him and explore this way. Couple more and our fighter will level up again. Now let's go ahead and pull the map up here. Find out which path we need to take. Alright, looks like we just need to keep heading to the west hand side. Might need to go up here and go over. It does show that we have some black spots that we missed a little bit when we went around. Let's go ahead and see if we can get these black marks off and explore the rest of this little orc tunnel. And that is open. Nice unidentified bow, a little bit of staff, stun, some armor. Not much of a change here. Minor armor increase, that's about it. So we're not gonna swap that out just yet. We're looking for something for druid or mage that's gonna either add to their mana or add to their ability to cast. Something that is specific to them. We had another spot way up here. Let's go ahead and put our wizard eye back on. We actually forgot about recasting those. So let's get some mana back and get that back up. About wizard eye, we may have missed a passage that might have taken us to the warlord. So let's go ahead and get that back up and continue to explore. And let's go left this time. A little bit of fire. Just a chest. Let's take a look at that helmet. Yep, this would be the exact same. Alright, let's see if we have any passages we haven't taken on the map. Now, if we've missed one spot up here, let's go to that before we go to the next tunnel. And that's just that circle us around here. Now, there's a little blood stain right there. Let's see if there is anything unusual about that. Keep forgetting to click on the wall. There we go. Nothing interesting. It's just a blood stain. So, looks like we have cleared this tunnel out. We haven't found the Orc Warlord yet. Let's go back down to the exits and let's move to the next tunnel. Now there are quite a few tunnels, so it may take you just a little bit to get through here. Let's go up here to this one. Now since that single tunnel did take us a couple of minutes to get through, I'm going to go ahead and rest up and save and get ready to go into this tunnel here, and we're going to go ahead and finish this tunnel out in the next section, okay?